I left you with.
Hey y'all, so today is day 3 of week 2. It's Wednesday, March 27th, and today was a rough day. I just want to say that I've watched other people who work for my airline, like Charlie Edwards or My Next Location. That might not be her right name, but I'll put their names down at the bottom. But I watched all of their training videos prior to taking this training, and My Next Location, she just doesn't really seem like a very emotional person. So she didn't really seem like she had a lot of emotional issues, in my opinion. Charlie, on the other hand, had quite a bit of issues during her training, and she cried a lot. And I remember watching her process and thinking, oh, you know, I'm gonna be so strong and I'm not gonna cry during training and all of that. Well, guess who cried today? And I'm not a crier, so that's different for me. Excuse me. So there's a few things that's going on as to why I cried. Well, first of all, my roommate never leaves the room. So she decided to go study with a study group today. So I'm taking this opportunity to update you guys while she's gone. She'll be gone for about an hour. I just finished one of my e-learnings. I have 2 more to do. It is already 7:53 and I have to be up at 4:30 to go back to class at 6. So our class is at 6, and the way me and my roommate have been doing things is she takes a shower in the morning, and at night I just take a shower at night. And so she'll wake up at like 4:15 and go in there and take a shower again, and then I'll wake up at 4:30 and I go in there and like brush my teeth, wash my face, put makeup on, put my uniform on, all that stuff. So we got like a routine going, but I typically like I said, take my shower at night, and I'm up at 4:30 to be to class by 6. The shuttle starts at 5:20. So I'm going to, after I update y'all, try to finish my e-learnings as quickly as possible, and I'm gonna go to bed. Because the first thing that contributed to this crying session is yesterday we were in class until 8 o'clock. From 6 a.m. to 8 o'clock. $8:30. So they told us upon hiring that our longest duty day in training would be 14 hours. It was more than 14 hours, and you could just kind of tell from the chitter chatter that our trainers were a little bit behind on schedule yesterday and today, but they did better today about staying on schedule. But it was a super long day. So we got home 8:30ish, 9 o'clock. We had 4 modules to do for homework last night. Luckily for me, they gave us some time in class yesterday to work on our modules. So I had done 2 out of the 4 already. And on the 3rd one, I only had a few pages left. And then I did the last one. I took my shower. I went to bed around like 9:40. So, but then I had to be right back up at 4:30 to be to class by 6. So that was the first thing. We had more than a 14-hour duty day. Then the second thing is, I think I mentioned already that that Bay had a death in the family. But what I didn't really mention is the details on that. But what I will say is he's in Austin right now with his family to take care of the death. They are wondering why am I not there, and you know, he's not mad or anything, like, you know, he's like, don't worry about it, you're where you need to be. But you know, when you love somebody and you see them hurting, it's hard for you to like focus. So basically his family member unalived themselves. So that's a different type of death to deal with when someone unalives themselves. So that person unalived themselves on my first day of training. And then on my second day of training, another family member in Bay's family jumped off the banister at their house and with an intention to unalive themselves as well. And they were unsuccessful, but they were unconscious. And then the third day of training, one of my cousins jumped off of a building with the attempt to unalive themselves as well. So we're like, what the heck is going on? Why is this happening? What's going on in our family to where this is happening? So either way, it's been a lot dealing with that all week, as well as the stress and the training schedule. It's very long days. It's a lot of information that you have to make sure you're retaining, because they start out from the bottom, like foundations, and then it builds up from there with more and more and more and more information, but it all flows together. I did get a 97 on my first exam, which is great, but the first exam was Monday and I have another exam Saturday. So everything that I'm learning this week, I'll be tested on Saturday. So it's hard to retain information when you have personal things going on, as well as when you're tired. But I feel like I've been retaining very well. Like at the end of each day, we have a review and I've been doing like fairly well on them, like maybe 1 or 2 questions wrong. Actually today I didn't get any wrong, but I was unsure about a couple. So like I guessed the answers and I got them right, but I was unsure. So I wrote those questions down. So first thing, the family death. Second thing, very long duty day. Third thing was, we have a board where people like put questions up, like, because the instructors don't want to get off track, and so they'll be like, put your questions up here, and as we have extra class time, we'll answer them. Well, somebody put on the board today that they would appreciate if people who have worked in other airlines would basically stop sharing their knowledge or their stories or whatever. And so it's not just me. Like I used to work as a trainer. I trained customer service. I trained people at the ticket counter, the gate, baggage, and a couple other things. Okay, so I was a ticket counter and a gate agent for 2 years, and then I was an instructor for almost 3 years. Actually, May of this year would have made 3 years if I stayed there. So I feel 2 ways about it. The first thing is, I can understand how people who don't have any airline experience at all, if we keep bringing up our old stories and our old policies, it could be confusing for them, and I don't want to ruin anybody else's process. So I get that. However, comparing the two is how it makes sense to me, and that's the other way I feel about it. So I have all this information in my head from the other airline, and when I compare it and say, okay, my old airline used to do this, my new airline does that, that's how it makes sense to me. Number one. Number two, most things are the same. So I used to work for a legacy carrier as an instructor and a customer service gate agent, and I worked for a low-cost carrier too as a customer service gate agent. So FAA, DOT, TSA, all that stuff is regulated by those agencies, so they're pretty much the same across the board. Now, don't get me wrong, some of the rules from the FAA and the DOT is different for the low-cost carriers, but for the most part, it's the same. So that part is not confusing. They're all the same. But obviously the policies do differ. We do have of someone that 2 flight attendants that used to work for Frontier, 1 that used to work for Breeze, 1 that used to work for JetBlue. So the policies are different for them. I was never a flight attendant though. So I assume they weren't just talking about me specifically, but I still felt like I felt some kind of way, you know, because like I said, that's my process. That's how things make sense to me to compare the two. But I don't want to ruin anybody else's process. And like I said, it's the same. Like this week we learned about assisting customers with disabilities. Well, In the airline industry, there's a special agent that does that. It's called a complaint resolution official. I am a complaint resolution official, and I will be until December. I'm certified in that. So not only am I certified in that, but I used to also certify other people. I used to teach that class. So all of the disability stuff, I know it like the back of my hand because I used to teach it to other people. So it's not different. It's regulated by the DOT. So the policy is the same for my old airline and my new one. So that rubbed me the wrong way. I didn't like that comment, but like I said, I don't want to ruin anybody else's process. But it's been, you know, as an instructor, people appreciated the knowledge that I had because I was teaching them something. So it's been a long time since I had someone not appreciate my knowledge. So that just kind of like took me back a little bit. Like, okay, y'all don't want to hear from me. I'm used to people wanting to hear what I have to say, wanting to hear my examples, my stories, because I'm teaching them something. So that's different. So all of this is going on. We had the long duty day. We're tired. We're trying to retain information. I got the family deaths going on. I got that comment that was made that I didn't like, and then the instructors pulled me to the side today and they basically said, we're giving you a warning because when we were in the mock-up airplane today, you closed your eyes for about 5 seconds, and you know, and I'm like, I did. We were just sitting there. We were pretending to be passengers while other people were demonstrating, you know, stuff that they need to do during flight. I'm not gonna say that it was boring, but we were like following along the checklist. But there were times where the people that were demonstrating would get lost. And so they'd be trying to figure out what they're supposed to be doing. So there was nothing really to follow along with because they were questioning themselves. So I was a little bored, I guess you could say, during this space, the in-between time. And so I felt myself though. I was like, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I jumped up. But the instructor saw me. She saw me do that. So she was just like, I know that you weren't sleeping because I saw you catch yourself, but I'm just giving you a warning, basically, that you can't be sleeping. So if you feel like you're getting tired, then do something to wake yourself up. And so I started crying. I just felt like it was a lot at once. Or I'm not even gonna say it was. It is. It's a lot at once. It's a lot of information. It's a lot of long hours. It's a lot going on with my family. It's just a lot. And I've been holding it in, but I couldn't hold it in anymore. I just cried. So it is what it is. I didn't cry in front of everybody though. I just cried in front of the instructors. Then I went in the bathroom and I got myself together and I went home. Because they did wait to talk to us at the end of the day, so. But anyways, I just wanted to update y'all on that. Training is hard. Like, we got a full pack schedule. It's 7 weeks. It's a lot. It's like I said, some of the information is the same across the airlines, so it's not necessarily like policies that are hard for me. It's the things that I'm not familiar with that we have to learn, like commands, and then we have to know them verbatim. I was like, I might know what something is or what I'm supposed to be doing with this item, but can I cite it verbatim? Guess we'll find out. But I'm just like, I'm gonna have to learn because I've come too far to give up now. So I'm gonna do a separate video about this. I actually have a video on my page talking about me interviewing to be a flight attendant several times and not getting it. So now that I have finally, you know, got the job offer, I'd be a dummy not to pass the training. So after today, new plan. I am going to take a shower as soon as we get home. As soon as we get to the hotel, I'm just gonna take a shower. And then I can lay down and work on my e-learnings. That way, as soon as I finish my e-learnings, I can just go to bed. Cause see, like now it's 8 o'clock and I got 2 more e-learnings to do, and then I still gotta turn around and take a shower. And then when I take a shower, that wakes me up. So then I'll be up, trying to wind back down. So I think I'm going to, yeah, take a shower as soon as we get here. After my roommate, because I always let her take a shower first. But as soon as we get here, let her take her shower, then I take mine, and then start on my lessons or studying or whatever. So, well, anyways, I'm distracted now by picking my chin. So I did set up some laser hair removal. Well, the appointment that I set up, I'm not going to be able to make now that I know my class time. So I actually need to reach back out to the girl and let her know it's going to be after graduation when I'm able to do this. But I'm supposed to be getting laser on this area of my face because we're just over it. Anyways, y'all, that's my update. I'll try to update y'all some more this week, possibly over the weekend. So let me finish my modules. Talk to y'all soon. Hey y'all, so this is the first time in a long time that my roommate has left the room in the morning before me, because we've been going down together for like the last week. But she was out of the room the other day too, and I gave y'all a long update about me crying and stuff. It's better, you know. Just feeling a little overwhelmed. Today's Saturday. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm about to put my makeup on. I'm about to hurry up because I need to leave out of the room by 5:10. I can go get me a coffee. When I go home this week, I'm going to bring my coffee and my coffee pod back with me because I don't like no room coffee, and they don't have like a coffee in the lobby down here because they have a Starbucks. So I'm gonna bring my own coffee and coffee pot so that I can make my own coffee, because $6 a day for a latte, that adds up. But y'all know me, I can't function without coffee. Today we have an assessment on phase of flight, which is on pretty much the things that we do in flight. I'm not nervous, but I am. Just hope that I remember every single thing, because I know a lot of y'all think that flight attendants are just sky waitresses, but there's a lot of things that they do before, during, and after the flight to make sure things are safe. So it's a lot to remember and a lot to unremember, because I've been a customer service agent for so long. Bay is coming back from Austin today from the funeral service for his family. So he has a flight that lands at 6:34 in Atlanta. And if I am already out of class, then I'm gonna pick him up and we're gonna go home. And if I'm not out of class, then he's gonna take the shuttle here and wait for me. to go home, excited to see him. I feel bad for the other people here, like, you know, long days, long hours, and then you come home to the hotel and your roommate. Like, I hope all of them have been able to, like, get some time to themselves and decompress, because, you know, like, I tell Dion about work. You know, at this point, it's training, but it's work. So I tell him about it, but with us being at home, it's not like the sole topic of everything. You know, like last week, we had his daughter, her friend spent the night. So we were like talking to them, joking around with them. So like, I was telling him things here and there about training, but my airline wasn't the sole topic of everything. And sometimes you need that. I'm nervous about the test, and I'm also nervous that the last time we had an assessment, we didn't get out till 8 o'clock. So I'm hoping it's not like that today. Last time we had an assessment, we had 2 hours of e-learnings, and we don't have that today. So hopefully we don't get out at 8 o'clock. But I'm just like, please, I do not want to be there till 8 o'clock again. I'm hoping we get out like right at 5:30, 6:30, something like that, you know. In which case, I probably would still have Dion meet me here, like catch the shuttle here, so that I can come here. Because when I go home, I bring all my little dirty clothes in my food bag, so the stuff that I meal prep, I could bring it back, you know. I could use a little more coverage. Womanique. Also, my roommate, she said her period is irregular, and I was like, mine used to be, because I have the polycystic ovary syndrome. And I was telling her, that's why you be seeing me pick my face, because I have hair growth. And she was like, oh, I thought you just had acne. And I was thinking, oh, is that what it looks like to the world? Like, just got a bunch of acne here. I mean, technically, I would rather them think I have a bad case of acne than to think I have a beard. I'm a woman with a beard. I had a consultation with laser hair, and I can't wait for that because I'm over it. And I'll probably laser my whole body, honestly, because I just hate shaving. I do. Alright, y'all. It's 5:07, so I'm about to put my shoes on, my jacket on, and get out of here. I'll see y'all later. I just want to say I'm very irritated. I am headed to the airport to pick Dion up because he's coming back in from Austin. And I'm going home so that I can meal prep and stuff. It's Saturday, March 30th, and I tomorrow am supposed to meal prep in the morning, and I am gonna eat dinner with my grandma because it's Easter. Okay, so I was standing at the elevator with all my bags: a Golden Girls bag, a duffel bag, a book bag, and my purse. The elevator never came, so I went down the stairs, which put me out at the back of the building. So I had to walk all the way around the building to get to my car. Then I get to my car, no hotel key. So I'm sitting at the gate. Can't get out because I don't have the hotel key. I have no idea where it is. I think maybe I left it in the room. Maybe I dropped it. Who knows? Who knows? I kept hitting the assistance button and nobody was answering. So I called the front desk and she said she was sending somebody to me, but I don't know who she's sending, when she's sending them. She asked me which gate am I at, and I was like, how do I know which gate I'm at? Because the gates don't have numbers. So she's like, well, are you on the side of the hotel? So I was like, yeah, I'm on the side. So she's like, well, do you see the food truck? So I'm like, do you see the food truck? So I'm like, no, I'm on the other side, like near the main road, so I don't see the food truck. So now I'm just sitting here. I don't even know if she knows which gate I'm at. Just sitting here, waiting. Meanwhile, Dion said he landed at 6:10 and it's 6:52. I texted him at 6:18 and said I was leaving. And I'm just now in the car, but I'm still just sitting here. Hold on, it looks like there's a maintenance man walking up to me. So luckily for me, the hotel is only 6 minutes from the airport. So now that I'm out of the stupid gate, he won't be waiting too much longer. Anyways, so today I got a 93 on my assessment, which is great. The 2 questions that I missed was questions that I went back and changed the answer because I was second guessing myself. That's so annoying to me because obviously I want to go back and make sure that I read everything properly and I got all the right answers. But at the same time, sometimes when you do that, then you overthink stuff. So like that's what happened to me today. The 2 questions that I got wrong, I had the right answer and I changed it. But it's all good. So got a 93 on my assessment. And today we did mock-up flights all day. That's all we did. And sorry, I just burped. I did well on my mock-up flight too. However, at the end of the day, the instructors pulled me to the side yet again to give me, you know, a warning. So this sun is just in the camera. So we had a break, okay? We had a break right before they said, you know, take this break and meet us. I think they said in the lobby. Meet us in the lobby meet us in the lobby in 10 minutes or something like that. So I picked up my phone. I texted a couple of people, told them I passed my test, blah, 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 blah. So every flight attendant has a device that we use for flights. The device is a required item. If you don't have it, then you can't work your flight. So when I picked up my personal phone, I put down my device. As a result, I went all the way downstairs and we were on the 3rd floor. And I freaking put my device down. I never picked my device back up and I went downstairs with my personal phone. So I get down there and I'm like, oh crap, I left my device that I need for my flights upstairs. So I run back upstairs to get my device. And then when I come back down, we were at the, like, this auditorium area. And so I realized, oh, they said we need to meet them in the lobby, not the auditorium. We were supposed to meet them in the lobby. So I'm running I'm like running to the freaking, I'm running to the lobby because I don't want to be late. So we were supposed to meet at 8:25. I'm not gonna lie, once I got over there, I saw the instructor. So I stopped running and I was like kind of walking behind her. But when I got to the area, I looked at my watch, which is also an accountable item, and it was 8:25. So I'm like, okay, cool, I made it back in time. It's 8:25. They pulled me to the side and told me that I was late. And so I said, well, when I got there, I looked at my watch, it was 8:25. And they said, basically, well, being right on time is late. Because if I was really, like, let's say if the flight was about to leave or something like that, you know, I wouldn't want to be right on time. I would have missed my flight. And so I understand that. I've been in the airline industry for 5 years, so I get it. However, most people, flight attendants, gate agents, whoever, we have to report to whatever, the gate, blah, 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 an hour prior. So even if I got there right at 8:25, I would have got there like right in time for briefing, right at an hour prior. I wouldn't have missed the flight. I was there technically at my report time, which is an hour prior. So while I understand that they're trying to teach us, we want you to do it this way, I just thought it was a little like nitpicky, for lack of a better word. And it to me is kind of like a little bit discouraging. Like, oh, I'm having a good day, I did well on my test, I did well on my flight, I'm feeling good about myself, and they're like, oh yeah, but by the way, you were right on time, you weren't early. And it's just like, I was still on time though. So this company is very big on feedback, so I think I'm gonna say that, like, every time you guys pull us to the side, it's like something that we did wrong. So it's just, it's kind of like when you, every time you feel like you're doing well, they pull you to the side and tell you that you did something wrong. And it's discouraging. And like I said, I know they want us to be like the world's best flight attendants, but at the same time, we're human. You know, like if I got there right on time instead of early, why does that have to be documented and in my file when I technically wasn't late? I just wasn't early. And being that y'all are still teaching me these principles, I don't know, it just made me feel very discouraged after I had a good day. But I'm here at the airport. Didn't take that long at all. So I'm about to get Dion, and hopefully we have a good night, because I'm stressed to capacity, and he's coming back from a funeral, so we both need some little TLC from each other for sure. Oh god, that was awful. Okay, well, bye.